Hi students, so today in this video I am going to teach you nutrition and photosynthesis topics from life processes. Okay, so let's look at nutrition first. Nutrition basically means intake of food. Okay, now nutrition is of two types, which is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Now autotrophic nutrition or autotroph organisms, okay, they are the ones who produce their own food by using inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water, that is CO2 and H2O. Okay, so autotrophs include green plants and bacteria. Okay, now similarly let's look at what are heterotrophic nutrition or heterotrophs, the organisms which come under this category. Okay, now heterotrophs, they include saprophytes and parasites. But let's see what does heterotrophic nutrition mean. Heterotrophs are the organisms which are directly or indirectly dependent on autotrophs for their food. Okay. Now heterotrophic nutrition. Under that we have saprophytes, holozoic mode of nutrition or parasitic mode of nutrition. Okay, so saprophytes. Saprophytes are the organisms who basically break down the thing outside their body and then digest the food. Okay, so saprophytes include fungi like bread mold, yeast, and mushrooms. So basically saprophytes, we have seen that they are the organisms which break down the food outside their body and then absorb it. Now coming to parasites. Parasites are the organisms which derive their food from plants or animals without killing them. Okay, and it includes cuscuta, ticks, lice, lichens, and tapeworms. Now you will have a question, what type of mode of nutrition humans follow? In which category you can put humans? Okay, so humans follow holozoic mode of nutrition, which basically involves this part: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Okay, so I hope you have understood what nutrition basically means and what it basically contains. Okay, so next let's look at photosynthesis. Now photosynthesis is basically carried out by autotrophs, and photosynthesis is the process by which green plants or basically the plants take in carbon dioxide and water and convert it into carbohydrates in the presence of chlorophyll as well as sunlight. Okay, so the one more product which is formed here is O2, which is oxygen, okay, and which is taken by all the living organisms. Okay, so plants are very much necessary part, okay, so that all the life sustains on earth. So next thing that you need to know here, the carbohydrates which is produced in this particular process, it acts as an energy reserve for the plants, okay, or it acts as an energy source for the plant. Okay, now the carbohydrate which is produced here is not fully utilized. So the one which is not utilized immediately is stored in the form of starch in the plant, and it acts as an internal energy reserve for the plant. Okay. Now similar to this, even in human beings there is an energy reserve. Okay, and the energy that we get from the food that we eat is stored in human beings in the form of glycogen. Okay, and that particular thing acts as an energy reserve in human beings. So this photosynthesis, you need to learn this particular reaction, the process which is happening, this equation, and you need to know that CO2, this water, chlorophyll, sunlight, everything needs to be present for photosynthesis to happen successfully. Now similarly, events that occur during this process. Okay, first event that occurs is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Now chlorophyll is present in chloroplast of the green leaves. Okay, now that light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll present in the leaves. Okay. In the second step, the light energy which is absorbed by the chlorophyll is converted to chemical energy. And in the second step, two things occur. See, first is conversion of light energy to chemical energy, and secondly, splitting of water molecule, which is this, splitting of water molecule into hydrogen, which is taken in this glucose, and oxygen which is released. Okay. Third event that occurs is reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. So this carbon dioxide gets reduced to carbohydrates. Okay, now we will get a question, how plant takes in carbon dioxide, right? So carbon dioxide is taken in by the plant through tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaves of the plant. Okay, and those tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaves are known as stomata or stomatal pores. Okay, so carbon dioxide is taken in by the plant through those stomatal pores, and oxygen is released by the plant through the stomatal pores. Okay. One more function which is performed by the stomatal pores is that excess water which is not needed by the plant is released in the form of water vapor, and this process by which excess water is removed by the plant in the form of water vapor is known as transpiration. Okay. So the process is known as transpiration. Now, the closing and opening of these stomatal pores is the function of guard cell. Okay. It is the function of guard cell. So, the guard cell will swell up when water flows into the stomatal pores, causing the pores to open. Similarly, the guard cell will shrink when water doesn't flow in the stomatal pores. Okay. Now you will be surprised to know that desert plant doesn't follow the same procedure of photosynthesis. Okay. So in case of desert plant will be taking in CO2 at night time. Okay. But at night time, sunlight is not present. So in absence of sunlight, photosynthesis cannot occur. Okay. So what procedure is followed by desert plant? Okay. So desert plant will be taking in carbon dioxide at night. The carbon dioxide which is taken by the plant at night, by using that CO2, it will prepare an intermediate, okay, which will be acted upon by the light energy which is taken by the chlorophyll during the daytime. Okay, this is the procedure which is followed by desert plant to basically perform photosynthesis. Okay, so this is all you need to learn in the topic photosynthesis.